you have not liked and subscribed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today uh, today I'm gonna kind of talk about the overall market, like how what we can expect in 2023. I'm also gonna go over cryptocurrency, what's the state of the cryptocurrency. But let's get it started, right? So I'm sorry, I have been kind of in and out for a few months, so haven't made any video, but I promise I will be making lot more videos going forward. So if you want me to kind of cover something, just comment below, or if you have any questions, comment below. So let's get it started right away with SPY, right? So as you know, we really kind of picked 2020 was pretty much worst year in the almost in like last 10-12 years, right? After the recessions, we did not had this bad year. I think the overall SPY was 20-30% down or something. So a lot of the tech stocks were really slaughtered. So where we stand, right? So where we stand, so this is a chart, so let's look at the chart, right? So if you look at the chart right now, it's clearly we are still in the downtrend. This is a daily, and if you see that, look at that, the clear downtrend. This is like really acting as a resistance. So we kind of hit the top. SPY top was right around like January 2022, and I actually told like January 19 or something, right? Like I didn't like the price actions, like uh, right, cause at that time I think like only the very few Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, those were leadings. All the tech stocks were already down from September, October. So it was kind of not a good signs, right? You want a healthy market, you want an overall rally, like a lot of the growth stocks kind of taking, right? Not just one or two ticker driving the index. So after that, I did not traded much. I did get some positions here and there, but really didn't work out. So 2022, like everybody, not a great year. But at least like I was able to preserve most of the cash because I was not all in, and I actually cashed in right around January. So that was pretty decent. Pretty bombarded in the crypto, but that's how it is. So if you look at this, right, so we are still resistance, and we are right at resistance right now. There's some sign, right, like inflation kind of coming down. So a little bit up, but still like I don't think we are out of the woods. We really need to break this out and see maybe a week or so performance. If we hold it, like maybe kind of take this out, like which is 410 right now, right around 400. So not much actually, like 3-4%, right? So if we get 3-4% this week, there's a good chances if we hold that level, right, we may actually rally, right? But again, if you look at the economics, like there's the kind of fear of recessions. You probably heard like a lot of companies that kind of slashing people's, but really speaking, if you just look at the chart will tell everything, right? Really, like you forget about everything, chart will tell, right? Whatever happening, like recession was not really happening at this, but kind of chart was telling, right? We are kind of going downtrend, and that's what we are. Actually, I was kind of looking at the weekly and SPY, right? So if you look at the weekly and look at this is basically I think like 8 and 21 EMA, right? So 8 and 21. So 8 and 21 EMA, and clearly, right? Look at this. Really beautiful. Like we got in right around like COVID really hit us dive like really hard and quick, right? But once we started literally, right? We never went down below this red. I mean, we tested it, but really there was not a cross, right? Like, but right around that 2022, that's when basically our EMA kind of EMA cross happened between 7 and 21. So you could probably test for some other numbers, other EMA, but this one I was kind of looking at it, but really clearly, right? So I mean, uh, I probably had some position, but I should have really got out right around here. So that's what happened. So coming back, so again, as I said, right, really need to cross this. If you look at the weekly, really, we cross this, there's a chance, right? Like it doesn't matter what any pundit will say, the chart will tell. But if you cross below that, then I mean there's no point, right? Whether it's maybe inflation coming down or whatnot, doesn't really matter, right? So that's all, just look at the chart, and chart will actually tell. Of course there's probably uh, the numbers not going to be great, the earning season coming up, so those are the things, but chart will tell everything, right? So it's going to tell you, right? Look at this, people were selling here, selling, look at this numbers, right? People panicking, this sold, like look at the volume, almost three times. Within this, what happened? Damn, right? Like we went like 228. I don't think we'll go 228, but definitely I think we kind of in the mean. Usually if you really look at, like, let's look at, I want to show you something, let's look at a monthly, right? So this is a monthly. Look at this. Usually what happens is if you draw a line, yeah, is it line? Yeah, if you draw a line, usually it has to be like, like this, right? So yeah, you grow, but you grow. What happened is sometimes you go up a little bit, that's kind of, expensive, you don't want to buy it. Go down, that's when you want to add, right? It's a middle, okay, it's okay, right? But you want to buy when it's cheaper, right? So if you're really kind of, that's what, like, at the end of the day, it will come to the mean divergence, right? Like the mean. So that's what happening, it just went, like, there was a fear, there was actually greed, right? So now it's kind of fear, but seems like it's kind of coming up, but we can even go a little bit down and then kind of come up, right? So still, but we are right around the probably true value, right? So something. So that's what I have for SPY. Really looking at this one, right? We need to break this trend line. Yeah, right around 400 right there, but we just need to kind of, let's see. I think this week will be crucial week. It's gonna decide if we basically break a verb or basically go down. So I think this is a pretty important week. So that's all I have for SPY. So let's go for QQQ. This is a weekly. So QQQ2. I just wanna get rid of these lines. Look at this QQQ. Same thing, right? I mean, I think a lot of times we just complicate things, right? Look at this weekly trend line. Really look at that, how good it was. And once it broke this one, right, 382, I mean, it went up to 409. So you didn't show at 409, but if you got out, like that's perfect, right? Now after that, it just downtrend, and really looking into this, QQQ is a little bit lagging since text is really, but usually it will follow the uh, SPY, right? So it will follow the SPY, but still not there. But basically, we have a resistance right around maybe, uh, 290, 280. But let's say if we 290, we need to break that, right? So that's all I see. And seems like we do have some good support right around this area, uh, right around 259. That's good support, but kind of making a falling wedge too, right? So falling wedge, so that's a good pattern too. So maybe we're gonna bounce. So let's see. So these few weeks, and I think we have some banking earning really started. So we'll probably have more earning this week. I haven't really checked who is kind of earning, but this week we'll decide. Really, wow, what does it look like in a daily? So you just need to kind of look into the different. Look at this. Okay. Uh, Good support around here. We kind of rallying, so we are going there. Actually, there's some resistance right around this area too. Let's see if it breaks, but if it breaks, I think we will probably break, and let's see, we'll probably test this one and see if we can, if we break that. And I think the market has been really in the bear market for a year, so we will probably get a lot of relief rally, right? So those are, look at this, like we bumped up, then boom, then again a rally like this, boom, rally. So let's see, we just need to hit this one, so we make kind of higher lows and higher high. That's when really bull market gonna start, right? So that's it for basically index. Other things I want to kind of so also some people's were kind of, and even I realized, right, like I mostly trade or invest in tech stock. But one thing is, if you are really dependent, right, a lot of times even my 401k portfolio, which was kind of an IRA, kind of tech heavy, so I got beaten down pretty good, right. I do have 50-60% SPY QQQ, but a lot of the tech stock were a lot more like a Tesla, right? If you see, they're like 70% down, right? Where Qs or SPY or they are like 20-30%. So I think I'm gonna cover. So I'm gonna probably like make one day for kind of value dividend, which I'm myself kind of learning, navigating, and I will what I think. So maybe you can follow with me, and I will cover some of those stuffs too. Other things I really realize is that I was actually checking out the crypto too, right? Like, so we are crypto. If you look at we are almost at like 2017 high, but right now we are still kind of bottom from the what we were in 2021, but we are at the top of 2021. So if you basically bought at the top in 2017, you are kind of break even, right? So I think like it makes sense. So when I was looking, like if you invested right from the top, and even if you DCA into Bitcoin or Ethereum, you'd be still up, right? So that's the really best way for most people. Just DCA, right? Like when you get opportunities, of course you add more or you trade and whatnot, but DCAing, that's the goal for long-term wealth. So those are basically kind of two indexes. Then other thing was I wanted to kind of go over a few ticker. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla. uh, if you guys follow me in Twitter, I actually told right around doesn't look good. If it break this one, like probably gonna go down 177 to we went almost 100. That's 70-point drop, like almost like 50%. So yeah, almost. So that was yeah, so if you're not following me, follow me. I'll have link in the video. But what I wanted was, if you're really thinking long term, I think it could be a really good opportunity to actually like get Tesla. Also, if you do covered calls or wheeling strategy, which I do in one of my account, uh, so if you do that, I think like the volatility is really high enough and price is very really good, right? So if you 22, I think you can sell for uh, 115 or 110, right? 110 puts, cash secured puts, and you could probably make like 400-500, right? So if you assign at 110 5, your cost basis is 105, and actually you can sell 110. Since Tesla is very volatile, like you could make a good money. So I think if you have some cash, it's a great opportunity to do covered call CSP wheeling on Tesla. Really, really. But I wouldn't really suggest going long on Tesla right now, just because like it's really seems like stage 4 downtrend. Like it's really rapid move up. Then we had some kind of stage 2 3 and basically kind of going down, but I do see some support around 74, but maybe we will never see. There's some support around here to 106 area. Seems like it was kind of there, but but I'm actually adding like this. I think like this is pretty good opportunity in your long account. Like if you have long term portfolio, I think this is a pretty good opportunity in Tesla. Same with like Meta. I actually added Meta just below 100, and I think it's like I haven't checked in my long term portfolio, but I think it's oh, okay. Look at this, right? So that was a really support. So we actually like that was 2020. Yeah, 2020 we broke through that 2020, and look at that. Like we went 80, yeah, 88, 89. We went. I actually grabbed around like $100. I could not get this bottom one, but I grabbed a couple hundred shares. So right now we are kind of almost 135, right? So that's a kind of resistance, but excuse me, but the market is doing really good right now. So hopefully if the market recovers, we probably kind of get. So I still think like still Meta is probably like this is really good price, right? Like we are below 2018, right? Think about it. Like probably like if you look at the Meta revenue, Meta almost doubled their revenue. I think they still have really good mode. If you look at annually, right? So annually, look at that. Like look at that. 18 revenue is 55 billion, income was 22, so probably income profit margin was really high. The margin is still really high, profit was 33, so 39, 33. But look at that revenue from 55 to 107, almost double, right? Like if you really look at that, net income 22 to 39, almost double. So basically think about it, right? In 2018, 2019, when basically things were, it was the same price. Right now everything almost, they double their income, they double their profit, and still we are really right. So pretty, I think pretty decent value. So I mean, not in terms of trading and short term, but I think long term it's really really good, good idea to add some Meta. Same with even leaves too, right? Like leaves, one thing is like if you get recessions this year and the market is really bad, I feel like maybe the Fed will probably gonna stop raising interest like maybe end of this year, and they'll probably like start decreasing decreasing the interest rate next year, right? So if that happens, probably like you gotta probably buy. This is 23 earlier 2025, so 25. So there's the theta and everything. So I'll really buy in the money. So that's there. Last not list, I wanna go kind of mid Amazon and Google. This is another one, right? Like Amazon really, it's been recovering really well, right? Like last 4 or 5 sessions, same as Meta, right? Like from 82 right now at 98. But if you really look at weekly, right, they also, oh crazy, I think it's like even, but look at this week is like we have a huge candle this week, right? So oh wow, Amazon really like it found really good support. I didn't realize, but look at this. It found really good support right around this 82. So see, these are the levels. If you really look into it, like from, what's it? This was 18, right? So but this was 20. Yeah, Amazon right now we are. I mean, pretty recovered, but we were really great deals. Looks like, man, we're still like 98. I think Amazon anything under like uh, really like 100 is pretty good deal for Amazon as well. So not for the short term, this is all for long term. So same with Google. Google, if you look at Google is not, has not been like that down. I think it's doing a lot, but I think Facebook and Amazon really looking really good. I mean, Google of course have their own mode and whatnot, but yeah, same with the Microsoft. I think they're pretty up, but I think all these stocks are really good for long term. Probably they will beat like SPY and others in a long run. So that's all I think for stocks. So I just want to go a little bit over crypto, just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Maybe I'll have some other day kind of dedicated for them. But so Bitcoin USD, Bitcoin USTC. So let's look at the Coinbase one, right? Or I guess not Binance. Is there a way to like do just the Coinbase? Huh, I didn't know that. BTC USD. Yeah, yeah. Let's look at here, right? So kind of reliable data. So let's look at the Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin. Look at this. This was a top 19,000, right? We are right around there, like 21, but really, we kind of tested. Again, I think I made like some videos before too. The absolute bottom I feel like is probably 1200. Maybe we'll not see. Maybe 16 was the bottom, right? Like this is not an exact science and not gonna happen every time, but really I think like from there we got like pretty decent pullback, right? So if you look at here, this is the top. We're almost 77% down. So usually we go like 80-85% down in bear market, but kind of go, these are the cycle, right? Bitcoin cycle, it's nothing new. I mean, a lot of people gonna say like, hey, this is the macro, whatnot, this that, but if you really look into that, this exactly things happen again and again, right? If you look at the news, right, like JP Morgan is kind of saying like, hey, this is scam and blah blah blah, and there's people, it will go to zero and whatnot. This is all every 3 to 4 years, everything happens. This is exact photocopy. Still people don't believe it, and they miss it, and when it goes to 67, it's like, hey, is it time to buy Bitcoin? That's when they kind of that's when the FOMO comes, FOMO fears. But other than that, like if you really DCA and get into this, I think this is the golden opportunity, really. And I'm actually adding, I kind of wish this bear market was longer so that I could add more. I added a lot of Ethereum than the Bitcoin, but uh, yeah, let's see how the market. Hopefully, this is just a temporarily, but I think we had this huge sell off November from the FTX scandals, and basically we kind of recovered that. Let's see how it goes. I think it all depends the overall market. If overall market kind of goes, we will probably rip. Otherwise, we may kind of go down. But yeah, I think it's still like, think about it. At the end of the day, if you think Bitcoin gonna go 100,000, 200,000, does it even matter? Like if you bought it at like 20,000 or 1500? Same with Ethereum, right? We are like what, 1500 or something. If you look at the Ethereum, we are probably like, yeah, same, right? Like Ethereum is 1582. Same, exact same thing, right? Exact same things happening, right? Like we did for Ethereum briefly, like went to 883. I could not grab anything under 1,000 this time, man. All my older buys were before that, but I did grab a lot between 1,000 to 1500. But if you're really looking into this, right? I mean, we back to where before the FTX. Let's see how it goes. But I think like DCA is really best. I'm gonna go over some other altcoin as well. But this was the 17 high, which was 1364, right? Really, if you look at the monthly, yeah, I think we have a lot of kind of resistance right here, 16. So if we break like 16, 17, probably we can reach 20, 26. Yeah, 26. Seems like there's, yep. I think we gotta break this 19, then probably gonna see 26. But I feel like we will probably go down. But again, like best thing is just DC every day, man. I mean, that's probably the best for most of the people. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe I wanted to see Mana was really Mana USD Binance. I just wanted to see this one, right? It was a really they had a crazy gain, like almost 100 or 200%. So I wanted to see how does it looks in kind of weekly. Look at this, right? Really, look at this resistance. It broke through it, right? Broke through it, and we are under resistance right now. See, if we break this, we can probably gonna, yeah, we're probably gonna go to 83, right? So we'll probably go to 83, 83. So there's some, But look at this. I think the teams like look at the volume. There's a lot of interest going on, but kind of dying it. So I feel like there was a big push, but if you look at the candles, kind of the momentum is kind of losing the momentum. This one and right now really undecided today. So let's see how it goes, but really at the resistance. I think the other one was Gala. Pretty much same thing, right? Okay. Gala seems like it's kind of done. It's done with its bull run, and we are seeing like 3 days of kind of negative. I mean, three bearish candle. So let's see. But really, this is kind of resistance, right? Like zero point 0.5 or 525, but really massive move, right? Like bottom out, bottomed out right around December, but I think it's January slowly curling up and bam, really pushed, right? Look at the volume too. The volume was, yeah, okay, yeah, the volume was there. The volume came in too, right? So I don't know if it was, oh, this is a really big volume actually. Okay, so we had this volume uh, before, which was in, okay, 21. So during the top we had the same volume, right? Even bigger. So we had a huge push from 8 to, oh wow, we had a huge push from 8 cents to almost 70 80 within November. Oh, within a month, like huge push. So I feel like this short term crypto rally is kind of about to be done. Then probably we'll consolidate and see if we go downer. But I think overall stock market gonna tell where we had. Yeah, that's it for today. If you have any question or comment, don't forget to comment below. Other than that, have a great day and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.